Doesn't that song get you so pumped up, bro?
What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Sitting Ringside. This is episode number 217. As always, I am Robert Villa, and with me, my homies, Joey Jenrette, Mark Ambu Miller, and Rudy Lara. What's cracking?
What up, what up?
What's up, fellas?
What up, what up? Guys, we have an awesome show tonight. We have the one and only UFC vet, MMA legend, Mr. Keith, the Dean of Mean Jardine. He should be jumping on here pretty soon. But before we get started with him, let's do our quick shout outs. HK USA, go to hkusa.com. Show your support to them as they show support to us. And also to our streaming partners, Triller TV, Flow Combat, ESPN Plus, The Zone, and MMA TV. And quick shout out to all the promotions that we work with. If you want to find out who they are, go to the website, click the more button, and you will see who we work with. Yeah, buddy. Also, a quick shout out to Foxhound Fuel. Go to foxhoundfuel.com. Click the QR code that Rudy's going to display there on the screen so you can get yourself some good supplements. I use them. I love them. Good fellas that run this company, use our discount code FBMMA for 20% off. You can get yourself a sample pack and see which flavor you like. Also, for the fellas, if you want to wear some comfortable underwear, go to my buddy, John Tyler, johntyler.com. Use our discount code for 20% off Fightbook, or click the QR code there. Also, we have Foco. They sell bobbleheads. Click the QR code there. Show your support to them. I just published an article about their new bobbleheads that came out, so go check it out at the website. And also two new people, Elite Sports. Go to Elite Sports and to Born Tough. Elite Sports is right there. The QR code is there. They have awesome gear, awesome backpacks, gym bags. I mean, Rudy's got one of their punching bags. They got a lot of good shit, man. And
it's only
also
$60.
Tough.
It's
I
a
know,
really
right?
badass punchy kit. So get it. $60. You can't beat it. Heavy bag.
Mm-mm. Yeah. Also, Born Tough. They have a lot of nice clothes. Very comfortable. I have a couple shirts of theirs. Click that QR code and show your support to them as well. There you go. They have the camos. Yeah, they got a lot of stuff, man. Go check them out. And Rudy, who else do we have?
Oh, my favorite, Shell Shock CBD. Use code FBMMA for an additional 10% off your order. Our favorite thing to order is a bundle deal, a 4-pack. Get it for $19.99, 10% off. And the favorite, CBD lube. Ladies love it. It's the highest rated thing we sell, so get it.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Bunch of people are clicking our QR code. Thank you so much.
Yeah, if you can't
all right,
relax,
guys.
the lube will.
Let's do the quick rundown of the events that are happening this weekend. Oh, well, before that, if you want to show your support to us so we can keep doing what we're doing and love doing what we're doing, click that QR code and donate. Donate 50 cents if you want, $1. And it'll go straight to the podcast.
So I think, brother, before we do the rundown, we can bring our guest on. He's sitting in the lobby waiting.
Bring him on. We'll do the rundown after. Right on. Yeah, buddy. We have the one and only UFC vet, producer, actor, all-around badass, Mr. Keith, the Dean of Mean Jardine. How's it going, brother?
How you guys doing? I'm doing great, guys. Thanks for having me on.
No, man. The pleasure is ours for you to be joining us, man. We really do appreciate it. Keith,
Man, I had to send to our sponsors, man. You guys are kicking ass.
Hey, that was a rundown, and Roberto did it kind of fast.
I remember when I used to have sponsors. They used to be nice and stuff.
Used to fight
Yeah,
back in the day when they had it plaster all over y'all shorts.
Oh hell yeah, man! That's we made more than that in the fights.
Oh,
That was kind of a
I
rough
know
up
you
deal when they
did.
got rid of that, you know.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, because then like there's only like 2 T-shirt companies in the UFC, and they'd be like, "Well, this is the price," you know. Like there's no negotiating up. It's like, well, so and so got this much, and so you're getting this much, and it's like, you get 20 grand for a shirt. Now you're getting like 5 grand for a shirt. That's what happened overnight.
Damn.
Yeah, that's messed up. Y'all were making bank with sponsors, man. I mean, the sponsors is what kept you guys going and wanting to fight. I know back then the UFC wasn't really paying as much as they are now, but still, I mean, sponsors was it. Then they come out with the
Sponsors, and
whole Reebok.
yeah, sponsors, and then Uncle Dana would just write you a check if you had a good fight, which was always way bigger than your fight was.
Nice.
So when you were in the UFC, what was your biggest paycheck for one fight?
I think when I fought Quentin, I got I think I got 150 for that fight. That was one of my favorite fights. I lost that fight, but it was such a good fight. I got fight of the night, and Dana was so happy he gave me my win bonus anyways.
Man, I wouldn't know what to do if they gave me a check for 150,000, boy.
I know what I'd do.
Shit, hit me
Boy.
again, dog. I can see them dollar bill signs.
Yeah, it don't hurt that much.
It didn't hurt that bad.
Yeah.
Oh man, Keith, let's talk about your movie, man. You just finished wrapping that up. I know you're in the middle of editing. Talk about
Yeah,
it, man.
I've
How
been,
did all this come to fruition?
I just, I've been working as a stuntman and an actor for a long time, and I don't know how long to get the story, but one thing about actors is you always think that like that thing's right around the corner, that you're gonna get that call, you're gonna get that audition, and bam, you hit it, you made it. Now you bring money. Now you're in all these movies, and you're a star now. It's not about being a star, but it's about making the money, right? Making a living. But that's never gonna happen. That happens to, like, man, if you're 18 and you look like Brad Pitt or something like that, you might make it that way. Everyone talks about like how Harrison Ford started in his late 30s or 40s, but like that's one out of like how many people? Like, so
Right.
like just waiting for that phone to ring, waiting for that audition. Like, I got some big things. I was a series regular on Godless. I worked for Paul Thomas Anderson with Joaquin Phoenix. I did all these things, but it still wasn't hitting. I was still struggling down on that road. Trying to get recognized for being an actor, and getting better parts than just thug number 2 and that kind of stuff. So I started writing, and I could barely write a business email. You know what that's like. I got to thank God they got ChatGPT right now. I'm not a great writer, but I know dialogue, and I read these scripts, and I see what's getting made. It's like I can do that. So I started writing, and so I wrote a Western. The first real thing I wrote was a Western, and I got a couple A-list actors attached to that, and that movie hasn't taken off yet, but what that did is it got my other stuff read. So I got an MMA script out there. I got my short that I did. So what I did is that after I did that feature, I decided, okay, I'm going to write something small that I can have my own, be my own person, and I'll be writer, director, and I hire everybody I want and all that. So I wrote and did a short, and that was a couple years ago. And that short was a 4-time Academy Award qualifier, won a bunch of awards. I got Best Actor on it a bunch of times, and that's been like my best calling card. And because of that, I was able to get this feature made.
And that was El Paso 1155, right?
Yeah, and I'm going to release that probably next week or the week after. I'm going to release that to everybody. I'm going to set up a link and finally get everybody to see it, to build up heat for this movie that I just picture locked on Tuesday, my next feature.
I was just about to ask you, if you were going to release that to the public, and that's awesome. I was looking everywhere for it. I've been wanting to see it.
It's a lot of fun, man. It's got me, Cowboys in it. Tate Fletcher's in it. Brendan Fair's the lead in it, and yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. It's got kind of a lot of twists in it, and it's a little quirky dialogue, a lot of dark humor. That's what I like. And back to my story. So I got another script. It's barely is MMA. It's in the MMA realm, and production companies want to do it. Like Lionsgate read it, other people read it, and they want to do it. But then they're like, yeah, but who's directing it and who's producing it? Because it's clearly not going to be me. So that's why during the strike I rushed and put this Killer Cafe together, and I started writing it in August. I wrote the beginning and the end, and it started raising money, and I shot it in December. It was like the quickest turnaround ever. And
wow,
the toughest, hardest. I took years off my life. It's the hardest thing I've ever done, man. And talk about the stress and the pressure of everything. I got people work from hiring. I don't even have all the money yet, and just knowing that, like, if you build it, they'll come, And I set a date, and everything's got to fall in line, and thank God it did. And just like I just picture locked on Tuesday, and that's what it's been like. Is I can remember when I finally we crammed it into 12 nights, man. 12 nights from 5 p.m. to 5 a.m. and at 5 a.m. the last night, I remember the countdown till we're done shooting, and just that dread of, like, did I get all the shots that I need, and is this going to be any good, and am I going to pay back my investors that were so kind and believing in me, and all these things, and now that I'm looking at the going from that to looking at picture lock on Tuesdays, meaning that I'm done editing it as far as the scenes and everything goes, is like, wow, we got a really good. Can I cuss on this? We got a really good movie.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah,
You can fucking cuss all you want, bro. You're hanging out with a bunch of dudes, bro.
Right on, guys. I got a really good fucking fun movie, man, and that's the goddamn truth. And I don't overhype my stuff. Like, I'm almost I love my short, but I'm almost embarrassed to release it now because my feature is so much better than it, because I've learned so much and all that. But man, like, I'm gonna be done with it in August, and I'm gonna sell it, and hopefully I'm hoping for a limited theatrical release on this, because it's a high concept horror kind of film. Like, if you guys watched History of Violent Nature, just came out recently. It's kind of the same realm as that, Yeah. But
if you need a 6'6", 320-pound boogeyman, I'm your boy.
6'6".
Yes, sir.
God damn, that actually.
So if you need a giant for a movie, I mean, I can't talk because I got like an Alabama accent. I can keep my mouth shut.
Keep your mouth shut.
Most of my roles, I got a hillbilly accent.
I mean, I can turn it up real quick, like, you know what I'm saying? I can turn it up.
Goddamn.
Get your ass in the back of that truck, boy.
String them up.
Bring me the chain.
Yeah.
And if you need a Mexican, Keith, I'm just down the street from you. So
right on, brother. Right on, man.
So Roberto's 5 foot, 275 pounds.
He's a butterball. He's a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
I'm 5'8", 250.
You guys joking, but that's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to develop a production company here in Albuquerque called Broken Ear, where we're just, we have the talent here in our crew. We have the best talent in the world, and all these guys that did Killer Cafe with me are used to working on $50 million movies for the studios. But a studio comes in here and does a movie, and they bring in their own people from LA for department heads and this and that. And I'm trying to do something here where we're kind of similar to A24. We're just doing movies with a certain flavor that people flock to just because it's from us. And it's all New Mexico crew and mostly New Mexico cast. And that's what I'm trying to do here.
Hell yeah.
Right on, man.
I bet,
you better let me know your next movie, man.
I bet writing the movies and
Who's been
producing
writing?
movies. You said you write, correct?
Oh yeah. I thought somebody else.
I'm just
had been
saying
writing.
that to me seems like it would be more stressful than a fight camp. Because like
It
once
is.
you put your stuff out there, because I'm a photographer by trade.
Oh
And
yeah.
so when you're sitting there, you're doing your edits and everything, and when you blast them out, you're like, that's what you're presenting to the world, because that's coming from your heart. You know what I'm saying?
Joey, you're so right, man. And it's like fighting. I say fighting, you're just naked in the middle of the ring in front of the world, bearing your soul. But when you send a script to somebody and right away, man, it is, man. You're just vulnerable and naked. And here's what's in my head, you know.
Yeah,
and I hope it doesn't suck.
And hoping they like it.
Yeah. And I've gotten just recently, last couple of years, I've really gotten the confidence. Is, you know what, I'm a pretty goddamn good fucking writer, and I say I'm pretending to be a writer, like you're pretending to be a fighter and pretending to be an actor, but no, I know I'm pretty good, and a lot of it comes from fighting. I'll keep rambling. I can ramble on this forever, but fighting in general, to be a fighter is to be able to accept suffering. That's all it is training camp every day, suffering, going to suffer and being good at it, so you can keep going at it and chipping away and getting better. And then the fight itself is going through that suffering of the fight, which is the most suffering you could imagine. People like look at GSP or people like that thinking, oh, that guy's doing amazing, and like he's not even tired and all that, but you don't know that guy's fucking dying on the inside. Like you don't see it on his face, man, but his body's just literally dying, and he wants to get out of there and just to be able to endure that suffering. And that's what writing is, man. Every day you just go to it and just chip away at it, and it's suffering because you know, like it's not coming out right away, and you just got to keep looking at that page and keep doing it. And maybe I'm not a great writer, but I'm resilient enough to keep at it. I know I love movies, and I know what I want to see, and I know what I don't want to see, and I just cross off what I don't want to see.
So you say you love movies. Is this something you've aspired to do all your life? Did you ever see yourself doing this kind of work?
I always want to be an actor, even before a fighter. I didn't know what that meant, just because I come from a small town and low income and all that. And movies was always like escapism, and you leave a movie, you just feel a different way when you leave a movie, like anything is possible, you know. And
Right.
I always kind of had a dream of being an actor. And a funny thing I tell people, I remember when I first started training, and I had no idea what that meant and whatever, and how that would happen. But when I started getting the ears, I was like, fuck, man, I'll never be an actor now. I didn't know any better. And it's funny that I even had that thought, because that wasn't even in the realm of something that I was aspiring, that I was training to do, looking to do. But fighting gave me that. I fought Chuck Liddell, and 2 days later, I was seeing my doctor in a small town in New Mexico, and Brian Taylor and Mark Neveldine were sitting in a restaurant in that small town, and they were the writer-directors of Crank, and they were doing a movie, and they asked if I wanted to read for their movie they were doing in Albuquerque, and I got my SAG card basically 2 days after I fought Chuck.
Wow.
That's dope.
Yeah. Best thing ever happened to me.
That's amazing, man.
I
do
gotta
you have
admit,
it?
You've got quite the IMDb catalog there, man.
Thanks, brother. Yeah.
So what was the first major purchase when you got your first big payday? What was your first major purchase?
My first purchase for the UFC was my condo. Put a down payment on my condo.
Smart.
Yeah, my second favorite thing I got from the UFC is my motorcycle. I got a condo on a motorcycle, but
do you still have that bike?
Oh yeah, I got that bike.
Yeah.
He said,
I remember you
"Hell yeah, dude." Over here asking stupid ass questions. What's wrong with you, boy?
You would post Instagram reels with you riding your bike. You'd always crack me up, man. You'd be like, "Oh hey, how are you?"
Oh yeah. I'm back at that, man. God damn, that's my resolution right now. Like, I'm trying to be a fucking written, directed by Keith Jardine, a fucking guy. Like, I need to use that Instagram yeah, I mean, it's right there for me. And I'm just too lazy. You know, I like to be in the moment and all that, and I just need to think differently and get back to doing those posts and all that. And I love when people reach out to me on the Instagram and all that. But I'm just like, you know, like you do something, it's like, oh goddamn, I should have recorded that. That's me all the time.
Always.
It's so hard to remember that. Like today's kids, man, they always have their phone in their hand, always recording shit.
I'll never be that. You go to a concert and you see everybody looking at their phone. They're like, you're at the fucking concert. Like, what is that?
Use your eyes.
Somewhere else.
Yeah, man. It's weird.
I'm an asshole. I'll tell people, I say, hey, man, I didn't pay $100 for this ticket to watch the back of your fucking phone. Put that shit down.
Hey, good for you, Joey.
You're 6'6". You can get away with that shit.
And there's people behind you. Come on, man! I paid $100 for this
Hey,
ticket.
man, sit the fuck down.
Yeah, right. They're like,
Sit your
hey,
ass down, bro.
Hey, I'll squat a little bit. Shit. My bad.
Yeah, right on, guys. So what do you guys talk about MMA? Like, what do you guys do? What's the show? What do you guys mostly do here?
Talk about MMA.
Oh, shit.
We talk about MMA.
Break down the latest UFC events.
Yeah.
Do you still watch? Do you still watch UFC?
Yeah, I watch some. Like I watched 300. You know, I'm a huge match card fan.
What did you think of 300, Keith?
Yeah, well, the best card ever. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, right? That's what I was talking about, bro.
Whenever they say a card's not good, it's great. Buy that card.
Oh yeah.
You'll be a fan after watching that.
You guys pay attention to him?
To who?
Strickland.
Oh yeah,
Sean
Strickland. I love Sean Strickland.
Rudy does
Dude,
an amazing Sean Strickland impersonation.
He's what?
Who does what?
Rudy, he impersonates Sean Strickland to the T.
Oh, let's see it, man.
I talk about his I talk about the things that we're gonna do, and then I'm just like, I don't know, man. I don't know, fuck that shit.
That's him, man. And just like he puts his money where his mouth is. Show up to the gym and spar me. Fuck it, and I'll put it on.
David Goggins ain't showed up yet.
Yeah,
he's not going to.
Nah.
He's too busy running his mouth, crying on Instagram.
There ain't no motherfucker put his money where his mouth is like that guy. Like, I don't care about the politics and all that shit. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, he's got his opinion, but goddamn. You wouldn't want to do that to Diaz brothers, though. That'd be different. Like, you'd be, you wouldn't do that to, you won't go to Stockton and do that, though. That's different.
No, you're asking like jumped by everybody.
It wouldn't be a gentlemanly fight.
No.
I love the Diaz brothers, but yeah, I don't think it would be that.
What do you think of Pereira?
You know what? It's funny how the fight. People always say that the UFC evolves, and I don't think it does. I think it just changes. And light heavyweight used to be all about the wrestlers. Back when I was getting out of it, that all the wrestlers come in, and a lot of them went to Bellator, but like it was all just like big heavy punches wrestlers, and you had to be that to compete there. And then John came in, and then a new wave of kickboxers came in without the wrestling, and so now he's the best kickboxer by far of all these guys. But it'll come back to wrestling pretty soon. So, like John, that wouldn't be a good match, him and John, because he wouldn't spend more than a minute on the ground on his feet, you know.
Yep.
So I love that guy. Like I love watching this fight and all that, but like he's a few fights away from what everybody's saying about him.
You're saying like he's a few fights away from greatness?
Yeah, a few wins from that Khabib.
Powhatan.
Yeah, and that Khabib thing too. Like I'll go off on that for a while too. Is I love him. I love his style. Everything about him, like everything about him, is great. But you can't put him in the GOAT conversation because he was the best in his generation. And you look at guys like John and GSP and Anderson, where they fought like 2 or 3 different generations, and the longevity of that, and the fact that they lost and came back and won and all of that. Like you can get anybody on a rise and get 10, 12 fights in a row or whatever, and then retire on top. I don't think that puts you in the GOAT, you know.
To me personally, I hate his fighting style. His fighting style is boring as shit to me. Khabib.
Khabib.
Fucking, he's a wet
I
blanket.
like it because see, there's boring like Chael Sonnen, like I like Chael Sonnen, but he's not a lay and pray man. Even though he's grappling and not really standing up that much, but he's never stopping, man, and he's just relentlessly moving forward. That's why I like it, man. It's not just like he's not just holding a dude down, you know.
Right. Like Damian Maya. Now that's a backpacker.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
David Maya. Oh my god.
I bet if you roll with Khabib, I bet he feels like he weighs 400 pounds.
You know, I can attest to George is the only thing. I rolled with George a lot and trained with George a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And he's 170 pounds. If I had 170 pounds, I was like heavyweight. If I shot him, if I did a bad shoot in the middle of the ring on him, it would feel like he busted my shoulder because of the sprawl. And he's just so innately strong, you know.
Have you ever been in a movie with him?
Yeah, I did some cheesy bad movie with him. When I was
Yeah, go ahead and drop that. Go ahead and drop that title. I want to watch this.
Yeah. I've done some really bad movies. How's that?
I love bad movies, man.
Me too.
That's my thing, bro. I love bad movies.
Mystery Science Space Theater.
Oh yeah, that's my thing, bro. I love
Bro,
that.
my wife watches that shit relentlessly.
It's hilarious.
I think there needs to be that again. I think some people can make a lot of money off a YouTube channel just mocking movies.
I think so too. We should do it, Roberto.
I think we should.
Yeah,
We should do it. Start our own YouTube channel just mocking movies.
or fights.
Or that too, yeah. I know, right? get banned.
Just do us commentate the bad fights.
Yeah.
I think honestly, the only place you could get away with that is like Rumble and X. Everywhere else, it hits you with copyright strikes and all this other crap.
Yeah. Man, that's interesting. The worst commentators ever, the worst ringside commentators, just talking shit the whole time.
That'd be entertaining right there.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
That's actually a really good idea.
Like you ever see that Ozzy commentates anything? That kind
Oh
of
yeah.
Oh yeah. That dude's great.
That dude is.
I want to see. I want to see a fight night where Mike Perry and Sean Strickland, do the whole event. That'd be amazing.
There you go. There you go. they start fighting each other.
I know, right? What do you mean? Fuck you.
I think this is a screenplay idea, guys.
Right?
Hey, you know what? It's amazing. I like this idea.
I would just be coming up with damn names like, oh, he put him in the Guadalupe arm bar. The what? Yeah, that's it.
He's in trouble.
He's in trouble.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Stretch his butthole.
Man,
Taps out in the second round.
I log on to X, bro, and the first thing I see developing: the woman behind Donald Trump at the RNC is going viral for allegedly grabbing her own pussy. That's retarded, bro. Look at this crap.
Oh my
God.
Oh shit.
Oh damn, she had to itch that thing.
That's so retarded, bro.
Keith.
The internet is wild, man. The internet is wild.
It's crazy the world we're living in right now, isn't it, guys?
Oh my God, yes.
Indeed.
There's a wild west out there.
It's like you can't get worked up, man. I'm bearing witness, man. It's just be fortunate to live now.
Yeah, people get way too worked up on the internet.
Yeah.
They take it as real life. Like go outside and literally touch grass. Some people just need to step away, get away from your phones, and focus on yourself, better yourself, man, so you can better everything around it. And a lot of people don't do that.
100%, man. 100%. I like a world in the future where I didn't have a cell phone anymore.
Yeah, same here, man.
Yeah.
Shit, my grandpa, he's in his early 80s, retired Navy. All he has is a little flip phone, and he barely even has that bitch on him.
You know, I got my first phone. I was already fighting in the UFC, and I didn't have a cell phone. And people used to make fun of me because I would still go to the payphone. You know, you always have a wad of paper in your pocket. You have all the phone numbers on it.
Did you have a beeper?
No, I didn't have. I had a beeper for a long time, but I didn't then. I just didn't have anything. Like people would call me and like, oh, I guess he's not home. I mean, it's like the idea that people can get a hold of you anytime now is just so. It sucks, man.
It does suck. I never answer, so it's kind of like the same thing. They're like, man, why do you have this phone? You never answer. Like, no, I don't like calls.
My phone is never on, but still, people
because I like porn. I don't like you.
You're gonna see it.
Yeah, I'm not. I'd rather go back to a beeper.
Yeah.
Man, I remember paying $9.99 a month for my beeper, and I never got a phone call on that bitch.
I paid like $4 a month, bro. So that just shows I'm older than you, Joey.
$4.99.
46 this year.
Yep. $4.99. Dude, I used to have that beeper and the water quarters in the car, and every time I get a code, I knew exactly who was paging me. So I would go and stop at the fucking payphones and call that number, and sure enough, all my friends had a code.
Yeah, man, that's great. Me too, man. I was a wildland firefighter, so you get paged and you get on a fire, but you'd have to race to that fucking phone and get on it, because if somebody gets it before you, they get the fire, and that's how you make a living, right?
Oh
yeah, that's just wild, man.
That shit, yeah.
Yeah, the good old days, man. Things were a lot easier then.
That's what the motorcycle's good about too. Is like, man, I was out on my motorcycle. Sorry, I couldn't answer the phone.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, but I saw you recording yourself on the motor. Yeah, that's true.
But that's why I couldn't take your call.
Yeah.
Because I was recording myself live on it.
That's right.
So you fought at what, 185, 205?
I fought at 205, and then my last two fights, I got a stupid idea that I'd cut to 185, and that made me old real quick. I fought two fights. I remember I didn't even take a piss the whole time from making weight to fighting the fight. I was so dehydrated.
So Rockhold and Gracie, right?
Yeah, those weren't even fights, dude. My last fight was against Musashi.
And that was a draw.
Yeah, I got lucky with a draw because he had an illegal point. But I fought that on 8 days' notice, and I jumped in and I got the most tired I've ever been in my life. That guy fucking good, man.
What you walking around at now?
About 227, I imagine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
So you're not looking like Chuck Liddell then?
No, he looking big.
That son bit boy, he's on some weight, boy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like that motherfucker found some Dunkin' Donuts and did not stop.
Fuck it. I don't know how he made that. Yeah.
He's still holding on to the mohawk though.
Yeah. No comments. I feel bad for the guy.
No.
I got rid of everything when I was done fighting. I cut my beard off that I used to have, and I used to have a Bronco that had all the mean stuff all over it. Man, it's like I'm not talking about Chuck at all, man. But that's what makes me think of for myself is like, dude, I don't want to be the guy back in 2007. That's when I did this and I did that. That was my prime. Like this, I'm literally in my prime right now.
Right.
Like burn that stuff down. Like what I'm doing is way more competitive and way harder than anything I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, isn't it weird how the older you
that's why.
Just like the older you get, man, like a decade is like a lifetime. 5 years is like a lifetime, so much can change.
Yeah, man, right. It's like and you start thinking of your life, how you had so many different lifetimes. Like when I was a fighter, that was a whole different lifetime.
Right.
And I was a way different person then. I was a football player before that, and I was, this before that. And yeah, it's just your lifetimes. So many lifetimes in a lifetime.
It's crazy stuff, man.
But this is my last reinvention, man. Like I don't know how old I am. I'm 48, 49, something like that. Like I can't fail in this. And like, what am I going to start something else and be something else in 10 years?
Right.
Like I need to hit at this. And this is why all my time, dude, every day, well, now I'm editing, but every day, no matter what, since 2018, I think 17 or 18, I spent 2 hours writing every day just to like that's the only. It's almost like going to practice for a fight, you know. Like I just got to put that time in every day because I don't have 10 years.
Right.
And I think I got a story, guys. Wait till you see my short and wait till you see my feature, which is way better. Like I have a good style and I have a unique style and story, a dark humor and fun and exciting and it makes me fucking laugh. So hopefully it makes everybody else laugh. The best feeling in the world is being in a movie theater and hearing people that you don't know laugh at your movie. Like that's the best feeling in the world. Best as good as any fight, you know.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So Keith, I always ask this to everybody that jumps on our show. Do you believe in the paranormal?
What's paranormal to you? Like just like ghosts and stuff?
Anything that has to deal with the paranormal. I mean, it could be UFOs, Bigfoot. I mean, we have one of our Bigfoots here, Joey.
He's a Yeti.
Baby, what's up?
Yeah, man. Of course, I believe in UFOs, and of course, shit, I think they've been here for a long time, or whatever. But like, maybe they aren't even charged now. Who knows? Maybe it's AI. That's the future. I don't know. I believe in metaphysical stuff too. Like God isn't a bearded man in the sky. He's something much greater that we can't even conceive of what that is. So yeah, I believe in all that stuff. That's two way different topics. Ghosts and stuff. I don't believe in ghosts. I would love to see a ghost, and maybe that's why I've never seen a ghost. Like it'd be so fucking awesome to wake up in my room and like there's a fucking ghost there. Like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? How the fuck did you get here? Tell me what it's like to be a ghost. I mean, like it's not scary. It's fucking great, you know.
Dude, Roberto's an actual ghost hunter, Ghostbuster. I mean,
Oh yeah,
yeah. He's recruited. He's recruited Isaac Valley Flag to go with him.
Oh yeah, Robert, am I right? It seems like only people that are afraid of ghosts see ghosts.
Yeah, it is yes and no. I'm not afraid because I've been around it and I've seen it a shit ton. I did a ghost investigation and an interview with Isaac Valley Flag at an abandoned slaughterhouse. I'm gonna have to send you the link.
Cool.
Yeah. So I got something going on, man, and I would like to talk to you about that, dude, because I think it would be amazing to collaborate. It has to include it. Yeah, it includes fighters and includes haunted and abandoned locations.
Cool, man. Cool, dude. I got one story. I used to work in a mine, an old abandoned mine in Nevada.
Bro, you need to write a book.
It was an old mine, and they closed it, called it Gooseberry. They closed it down because it had a really high mortality rate. People would always die there. And me and my dad were just there trying to reopen, exploring, seeing what was caved and what wasn't caved in the mines.
Fuck that.
The break house, Dad would tell me stories about how like there's a long hall in there, and we'd go there to use a phone because we didn't have cell phones, right? So we have to go into the building to use a phone because we stayed there and actually lived in the back of our pickups, and that was it. Yeah, I'd be doing push-ups down in the hallway, and then there's an old guy that worked there, a keeper, and old I forgot what his name, Vern. Yeah, old Vern would come down the hall, and he would be there, and I would stop to let him by, and then I would let him by, and there'd be no one there, you know, because he just heard the footsteps and all that, and goddamn, when I was in there, and I'm not a scary guy, I already told you, man, I would get the hair standing up in my arms and get the weirdest feeling. And then down in the mine, like at the 500-foot level, it's the pitchest black you ever seen. And no one's been down there since they closed down but us. And like I fuck around, I turn the light on and off. You couldn't even see the hand in front of your face. It's so black.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like tunnels.
And I saw a whole bunch of dead animals just lined up in this one little spot in the mine, right next to a part where something fell through and caved in. And it was so weird that just right there, like, how did they get there? Like a bird, mice, and like a lizard, and like just different animals all lined up dead in a straight line. It was really strange. Anyway,
how
yeah.
Roberto?
Yeah, I'm about to go to my bedroom and pray.
I want to go. I want to go film now.
I got one for me. This is one of my favorite stories. I used to live in a house that everybody said was haunted when I first moved here and started training. Not moved here, off of Central and Maple, and it was a really old house, and everyone said it was haunted. And in fact, I had Nate Marquardt and Ted stayed there for a while once when I was on the reality show, and they said they had to go somewhere else because it was too bad. But I'd never seen anything except for one time. One time I was sleeping, and I heard this mechanical noise. What the hell? And I get up somebody in my house, right? So I go into the kitchen where the noise is coming from, and my fucking blender's running, and I turn it off, and I make sure there's nobody in the house, and I go back in there. I look at the blender and like, what the fuck? And then so I just I pulled the plug and I just went back to bed. It's like, well, if it goes off now, I know that I've got a problem.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Bro, can you imagine that ghost going back to the shadow realm, telling all the other ghosts, like, bro, I was just in this house and I got ran out by a 6 foot something, 250-pound naked man with his blonde goatee that came to a point and cauliflower ears. I was like, no, I got to get out of here.
Does anybody ever confuse you for Woody Harrelson?
All the time, my man. I used to think it was good because, like, man, he's got a good acting career.
He does, man. He's awesome.
Some of the Woody parts. No.
Only you, Rudy, would think of somebody that he looks like.
No, I get that all the time.
Yeah, my probation officer.
The two biggest ones is that and Techno Viking.
Yeah, Techno Viking. That's the other one I was going to ask you about. Does anybody ever, confuse you with Techno Viking?
All the time, and I never deny it.
I'm good. I typecast people all the time, bro, and I nail it all the time. It's ridiculous.
Hey, Keith, is Jody ever gonna jump back into the cage?
Man, she I don't know. She's the head of ACS now. Mm-hmm. Which is amazing. Like she just she got a job with the city and she just flew up really quick, and now she's in charge of this whole department, saving lives and all that. She's always saved lives, and everything's like come together for her right now. Like she's worked with SWAT, she's worked search and rescue in the helicopter where she would rappel down and save people and rappel them up, pull people off mountains, that kind of stuff. Really dangerous stuff. And she went on SWAT calls with a SWAT team. She's a SWAT medic where she was sitting the Bearcat and actually when they were like raiding houses and all that. And she just give first aid to people that's been shot and all that. Like she's a superhero, man. And that's what fighting for her is. She's always a great fighter and she's always done well. And I was always proud that she's so amazing to watch. Because, for me, being exciting is everything. Being tough and being exciting is more important than anything. But fighting's always been a hobby for her. All these people are professional motherfuckers that are trained and that's all they do. She's on call all the time, going on these calls, going on these flights, doing all this stuff. And okay, now I'm gonna take maybe a month just to train for fighting solely, and go to Poland and fight a killer UFC woman. So I'm always really proud of her for that. Not too many people know that,
Yeah. So I never knew.
UFC fighters don't have a day job.
True. Very true.
Yeah.
And I never knew that Jody did all of that. Because I've been following her forever. And I know she doesn't post much on social media. That's why I was asking, if we would ever see her back in the cage. And now that I know that she's doing what she does, I mean, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, but she wants to, man. She wants to say goodbye. She wants to box. She wants to do something, Even bare knuckle, for God's sakes. Which I would love to do that. That seems like fun as shit, but like I don't got that kind of time,
If you would do and jump in on bare knuckle, man, who would you want to fight?
Oh, I'm not even in that park. I don't even know, man. Not
Whoever,
man. Yeah. I barely hit a bag right now every once in a while, so I try and stay in shape. I'm in good shape though.
Yeah, but you just said bare knuckle. That looks fun as shit.
Yeah.
That was your words.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, just put me in there with somebody. I'll do
it. They're paying a lot of money, man.
Yeah, they are. They are paying a lot of money to do that.
Like we said,
what about slap fighting?
I'd never do that, but it don't hurt that bad to get knocked out, right?
No.
That's probably the best thing that happened is either you win right away or lose right away in the bare knuckle, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's gonna be your famous word. I need to put that on a t-shirt. It didn't hurt that bad.
Yeah.
So I got two questions.
Yeah. What
would be your UFC Rushmore? And the other one would be the hardest punch you ever took, and who was it?
The Rushmore would be John and George.
Ooh.
I think with John and George and always Anderson, right? Like he had a good run. And the fourth one, like who's the fourth one? Give me some people.
You.
No.
I would have said that. Me.
There's a Rushmore of lunkheads, maybe. Fuck, who am I forgetting?
Randy Couture.
Right about Randy, yeah. What about Randy?
Randy, no. No. Come on, who's
BJ Penn was my favorite.
Oh, BJ, yeah, BJ.
Yeah, BJ's a good one.
BJ.
Max Holloway, bro.
Max,
He's
I think Max is
his
on his way, dude. I love Max. BJ is fuck, he's so good, dude. BJ in his prime. I'll just go with those three. I don't know what my fourth is. There's Khabib. I put Khabib up there on the fourth one.
So we're looking at our super chats. We got Howie Lichter asking, "What's your greatest memory from your career?"
One of my favorite memories is, I can tell so many of them. Just because we were just talking about it, what struck my mind first is when I fought Musashi, and like I said, it was 8 days notice, which doesn't seem a big deal for people anymore, but it was for me, man. I fucking died. And a guy like that, he's a tough motherfucker, man. And he's one of the toughest guys I ever fought. Just like you can tell on his face, like there's no give, like in the whole fight from beginning to end. It's like, I'm going to destroy you. And I just remember when that fight was over, I just remember squatting down in the end of the cage, and that was the real end of my career right there. And just like, whew, I did it, and just that really surreal feeling. And man, I got beat up in that fight. I made it through the end, and luckily got a draw. But that was one of my favorite moments. Of course, Chuck Liddell, when I fought that fight, and looking at the crowd and knowing that my life was never going to be the same afterwards. I mean, walking down the ring after that, and everything it took to get in that ring was something, There's just so many moments. Quentin Jackson's one of my favorite fights of all time. I broke my nose like 2 weeks before that fight, sparring with Shane Carwin in Denver. And yeah, I couldn't breathe through that whole. Everybody has fucking excuses. That's why, everybody has excuses, man. I'm sure he probably had a broken shoulder or something. So anyway, but my thing was I couldn't breathe, and and same thing, like he was up for that fight, and that was a good version of quitting, and we were coming for each other the whole time, and after that I got knocked down because in the third round I didn't know what the score was. Like I was just surviving that whole fight, and so I thought, man, I better go for a knockout, and I got knocked down in the last 10 seconds, and Douglas Crosby come up to me and said, dude, if you didn't get knocked down, I had you winning that fight.
Damn.
But the best, and what I was getting to, the best thing, Brian Stan was in the audience, and you guys know Brian Stan. He's a war hero, and he's one of those war heroes that doesn't really talk about it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And a Silver Star winner and all that, and he told my manager John, who I'm about to meet for dinner, that you know, I'll be in the foxhole with Keith anytime, and you can tell him that.
Nice.
And I know a guy like that wouldn't say something like that if he didn't mean it. And I know for a guy like that, something like that really means something.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
So those are the memories that just came to my mind.
That's awesome, man. That is amazing. And the other question Joey asked, who was the hardest hit you ever took from?
Oh. Probably somebody I probably wouldn't remember it. Vanderlei shut me down right away. That's a fight that one of the fights I regret the most. Not because I lost that fight, because Vanderlei is such a legend, and I have no idea what it's like to fight Vanderlei Silva. I talked to his coach, and they planned for me leg kicking him right away, and they're going to hit me with that overhand with a leg kick. And he turned his leg in to bait me for it. And I wasn't going to do a leg kick for the whole first round because I just fought Chuck and I beat him with a leg kick. And but I couldn't resist, and I let it go, and he hit me with an overhand right behind the ear, and like in the first 30-20 seconds, I don't know, that was it. So
Dang.
and I was probably out for about 5 minutes on that one.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's rough, man. That's rough.
But the real punches are the ones like the leg kicks, like a heavy leg kick. Like, believe it or not, Forrest had really heavy leg kicks. Those are the things that'll take the soul out of you. Like getting punched in the
It'll
face.
wear you out.
Yeah, getting punched in the face isn't that big of a deal. Like you get to a fight where you're in the third round where, goddamn, you're so tired, it hurts more to move than get punched in the face.
Right.
Yeah, so something like leg kicks or body shots will take the life out of you.
I always tell my wife, because I did Muay Thai for a little while and I did BJJ for a little while. I always told my wife, I was like, if shit was ever pop off, I said the first thing you want to do is either do an inside leg kick or an outside leg kick, because them people will not know what the fuck is coming next. And most people do not know how to react to a leg kick.
Nope.
No, man, no. And it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, right? Until you feel that buried down into your fucking femur. And oh my God.
It's a nice thud.
I told my wife too, if somebody ever gives me an inside leg kick in the street, I said, go get my pistol. This shit ain't.
But hey, that's right. That's right. You've done Muay Thai before, but it's not the kick. It's yeah, I can take anybody's kick. It's the second kick. Right?
I'll take that first one. I ain't taking that second.
The second kick, yep.
And that's where I fought too. Is I'll take that first kick and I'll trade it off for a punch. But then now I gotta start checking it.
Yeah, screw that.
Hey, but boxing fight. The hardest I ever got punched probably was a boxing fight. I fought a really good boxer. Ended up being a draw. I got the first time I had like 3 pro boxing fights, and this is like my 4th one. And the guy's like some sort of regional champion or something like that in the lighter weight. And this guy was a real boxer. And like I'm looking at his left hook, and it, bam, hit me with a time. Bam, hit me again. I'm looking right at it. And bam, it hit me right again. I don't know what to do. He's that fast, right? Anyway, I end up he beat the shit out of me for the first 2 rounds. Closed my whole face up, both my eyes completely blind, and I just remember like, man, there's only 2 ways out of this fight. I can't quit. Well, 3 ways. I can't quit. I don't want to get knocked out, so I better figure something out. So I was able to turn it around and end up being 3-3 or something like that. But by the end of the fight, my eyes were so closed, like, and I was blind. I had contacts that were completely gone then. Like, it was like a movie. The last round, I would force my eyes open, like without my hands, and then it would just, the vision would just close like that.
Tunnel
So I
vision.
forced it
Yeah, it
in.
sucks.
Like, there he is. I'd plan my combination, and then over black, I would throw my combination.
That sucks.
Yeah.
So, Keith, I saw you fight an unsanctioned fight a long ass time ago at the old Greg Jackson's gym. You fought a guy named Dilbert from the Buck and Dex show. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I remember something like that.
Yeah, Dex. When Buck and Dex. Yeah, when Buck and Dex had their morning show, Dilbert was on there, and he was always calling you out. And until finally you guys agreed, and that's when I went there and I saw that quote unquote fight.
That was that small little room, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, great, man, great. Man, we used to just kill each other in that little room. We used to spar so much. Oh my God.
Oh yeah, man. When I would go there, I would go there a bunch of times to interview fighters and shit, and yeah, I would see you at the corner just destroying people, and yeah, man. That fight, I will never forget that fight.
Who's been your guys' favorite interview so far?
Shit, you.
No. Come on.
I don't know, man. We've interviewed a lot of people.
Yeah, we've interviewed
nothing really sticks out. Like we did that guy, and that guy was awesome.
Well, I pissed off Ken Shamrock once, because I called him.
Yeah,
he got so fucking pissed, bro. He didn't want to be called his brother. That's like the one thing that'll trigger him. Do not ever call Ken Frank.
Oh, we lost him.
Oh, and he's gone.
Maybe he left on purpose. We'll never know.
We'll never know. I wonder if his phone. You know what? We're having an actual.
Dude, he definitely needs to write a book.
Yeah, he does.
This motherfucker talking about fighting fires, being a UFC fighter, being a director, producer, writer, going to the mines with his dad, seeing dead shit. Bruh.
And then his wife saving lives in the mountains.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, my wife's a superhero. I don't know if you know that.
I know, right?
Like, fuck, dude. Damn, I forgot to ask him how big his wang was. Shit.
He's probably listening right now. Oh man, and let's see if he jumps back on. I'm sure he will, or he'll message me. And we are actually having a rainstorm right now. It's raining like fucking crazy right now. So
bro, our weather has been so bipolar here.
Yeah. Oh, he hates Ken Shamrock, bro.
I know he does.
He hates Ken Shamrock, so he just disconnected. He's like, "Fuck this." No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, his phone died.
His phone died.
Oh, yeah. Damn.
All right. Well, let's take it from the top, Roberto. Let's do the rundown.
All right. Well, quick shout out to Keith Jardine.
He's back.
Oh, is he coming back on?
Yeah.
Oh. Uh-oh. Did
he
plug it into the charger? Hey, what's up, Keith?
Hey.
Oh, he jumped off.
He saw Mark and he's like, "Fuck that!"
Oh shit! Professor's in here.
Fuck this Canuck.
Skeletor.
He's like, "Fuck that Canuck."